Among about 200 supporters heading for Sweden, where England plays a World Cup qualifying match on Wednesday night. Police say they were drunk and had been taking the drug LSD. One fan fell overboard and is presumed drowned. The ferry Tor Britannia left Harwich for Gothenburg yesterday evening. 5 hours later, the Briton disappeared. The ferry turned back because of what police called positive danger to the ship, the crew and the passengers.
The Tor Britannia docked at midday after turning around 160 miles into her North Sea run. The full story of her nightmare trip emerged as detectives went aboard. They brought off football fans batch by batch for questioning. 100 or more fans had fought among themselves, police said. Drink and drugs were being taken.
We have information that drugs were actually being used by people on the premises. We have 4 officers who are on board the ship who are on holiday. As soon as the situation developed, they identified themselves as the captain and crew, assisted the captain and prevented the situation escalating to very serious disorder.
The 4 policemen on the crossing sent a message ashore saying the fan who fell over the ship's rail, Robert Ayling from Plymouth, may have been under the influence of LSD. He'd panicked when a fire extinguisher was fired at him. In their telex to Lloyd's of London, they said elements of the very worst of the professional English soccer hooligans were on board. There'd been widespread incidents of public disorder. There was a positive danger to the vessel, its crew and the other passengers. 20 of the fans questioned on the quayside this afternoon were arrested and later taken to Colchester Police Station. The ferry firm says it doesn't accept block bookings from football fans. So how did so many get aboard this boat to Sweden just before an England game?
I must say that we quite often refuse embarkation to undesirable-looking passengers, whether it concerns football or not. But my information is that when the ship sailed yesterday afternoon, both our pursers and port security were on hand, and they did not detect or could not find a firm reason to turn any of the individuals away.
The ferry firm finally put 280 supporters ashore this evening to make their way home instead of resuming their journey to the England game. Several said they'd quite openly booked for the boat as football fans, but they didn't have tickets for the match. So was it the football or trouble that they were going for?
You're not going to go all the way to Sweden for trouble. I mean, you could get some back in your own town if you wanted. You're not going to waste £200 just for a fight, are you? Unless you're just a bit slow or something. But you know what I mean? You've got genuine football supporters. Obviously you're going to get some idiots, but the majority are genuine.
Tonight, as the London train pulled out of Harwich Station with the fans, some chastened, some resentful, the Tor Britannia was easing her way out of port to complete the ill-fated crossing she'd started 24 hours earlier.
For the England team arriving in Stockholm tonight, news of the troubles in the North Sea was the last thing they wanted to hear. But despite their obvious disgust, they've been told nothing must cloud their preparations for Wednesday's crucial match.
Yes, well, I'm divorcing myself from that situation. I'm surprised in the first place that they've said to go to the match. There are no tickets, they can't get in. It only causes chaos and problems, and I really don't know why they do that.
The anxiety of the Swedish authorities could be evidenced at the Rosunda Stadium today, where new steel fences were being hastily erected to ensure total segregation of the few hundred English fans who've managed to obtain tickets for the game. The main worry, though, is about those who have none. Small pockets of ticketless English supporters have been wandering the streets for 3 days, but the answer is always the same.
No, I'm sorry, they're all sold out.
You can't get them anywhere?
No. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I can't.
The fear is that the fans' frustration could spark off major problems.
And everyone's just hanging around the train station. That's what they're doing. There's no tickets at all.
Oh, but just put the gates in. You know, charge the gates or something, let us in. If you're not going to wait outside, come all this way to stand out here. It's not worth it.
We can't allow that people will get hurt and so on. Not in any circumstances.
But you feel that all the measures that can be taken have been taken?
Yes.
Tonight there are no reports of incidents in Stockholm, but the authorities here are insisting that any English fan who steps out of line in the next 3 days will be dealt with severely. Bill Hamilton, BBC News, Stockholm.